Hi, welcome back. My name is Phil Bradley, and this is another video that I'm producing in conjunction with my book on social media for creative libraries. And in this video, I'm going to be looking at some examples of really fun, interesting marketing practice that some libraries have used in the area of social media. Once again, I'm using Symbaloo for my links. The first resource that I'm going to have a look at is Orkney Library and Archive. This library has a fantastic reputation on social media. The library service is made up of 2 static libraries and 2 mobile units, and Stuart Bain is the Senior Library Assistant at Orkney Library, and he runs the library's Twitter account, which I'll look at in a moment. He told the bookseller on November the 28th, 2014, that social media was now an essential way for rural libraries to communicate with people. He said, "We benefit in so many ways from using it. It's the best way to reach younger users who might not traditionally turn to the library as somewhere they can go. We can also use it to advertise all of the events and different activities we have going on. On World Book Night, we had people turning up in their pajamas at the last minute when they'd seen on Twitter what was happening at the library. It's also a way of keeping people informed. If the weather is bad and the mobile libraries will be delayed or changing route, we can let people know straight away." He added, "I think it's essential now for libraries, particularly in rural areas where people can be isolated and perhaps find it difficult to visit a main library as often as they'd like." The resource itself is a fun one on Facebook. There are lots of different resources that they talk about. So here, for example, they're talking about a goodie bag. This is always a good idea to get more interest for your followers on Facebook. Offer some prizes of some sort. There's nothing wrong with using a bit of comedy. Lightning has been causing havoc again, so here we've got a lady that I think was in the Gladiators series with that particular name. Looking at different sessions that are available. The ferry's cancelled due to the weather, so there's no mobile service today. So lots of fun and interesting things that are available. It's not all desperately serious. We can have a lot of fun with the work that we're doing on social media. Following up from the Facebook page, their Twitter account is similarly interesting, amusing, wacky, a little bit off the wall, and you can see that they've got 13,000 followers. A catastrophic day for comb overs in Shetland today. Prizes, competitions, jokes. There seems to be a certain theme going on with gladiators at the moment. There's that one again that we've just seen. You'll see that there's a certain amount of crossover between Facebook and their Twitter account, and that's always that's not always a bad thing, because you may find that you've got somebody following on Facebook who isn't doing so on Twitter, or vice versa. So it's a really fun and interesting couple of accounts there that Orkney Libraries has got, and it's certainly worthwhile having a look because they are getting a lot of coverage and they really are able to promote what it is that they're doing. So worthwhile having a look at, just to get a slightly different approach on ways that you can use social media. Manchester Libraries have their own Facebook page. It's got 4,339 likes. And again, they're doing a variety of different things. The key here when you're doing things on Facebook is have a variety of different things happening. So there's a bit of information there on the mysterious Scottish book sculptor, Manchester Literary Festival, BBC News, short story novels that you can read in a day, new faces in fiction, Pride and Prejudice. So there's lots of stuff that's in the area of literature and books and reading and writing, but nonetheless they are doing some different things as well to keep people up to date and informed about what's happening. And so the 3D drawing pen is a nice example of that. They also have their Twitter account, And you can see here that they've got 13,000 followers. The Twitter account covers a variety of different things: photography, walk, poem of the week, what can you do on your library break, different things you can do in the library. Lots of variety, different things. There's again a link through to the 3D drawing pen. So it's a nice example here of the fact that social media networks or environments do support each other. It's not one or the other. It is using them all in combination. Looking at Essex Library's Facebook page, there's reference here to the Essex Book Festival, asking the question, what book do you read again and again? Information on book clubs, information on ebooks, what was the last book that made you think. So again, lots of stuff here that is getting people involved, asking open-ended questions, encouraging that really important interaction with people. Moving off now to have a look at somewhere else. Looking at NetVibes here. NetVibes is one of those home or start pages that you can make use of, and this is the one for Dublin City Public Libraries. You can see here they've got links through to their library blog posts, links through to the rest of their social networks. Really an important point, so that wherever you go and you find Dublin City Public Libraries, you can see where they are on Facebook or Twitter or Delicious and so on. They've got quick links to their catalogue, access in the library, access at home, information on the City Council, research aid, library links, recommended reads, photographs from their Flickr pages. That's just one tab that they have. We've got things like news, entertainment, European press, a media zone that you can click on and see information about talks, readings, workshops, lectures, culture nights, and so on. So again, it's a wide variety of really interesting things that are available to you. The great thing with a home or start page is that you can just do these things. You can create them quickly and easily. They can be updated in seconds. There's no hanging around waiting for something to get updated on the website and so on. So if you're looking for an interesting and different web-based approach to your publicity, looking at something like NetVibes or Symbaloo is a good alternative to you. So I'll quickly move on to Pinterest. And what I'm doing here is I'm looking at a collection that's been put together by one of my friends and colleagues, Caroline Roach, a school librarian. It's called Books for Boys to Enjoy, and it's a Pinterest creation. There are a number of people who are allowed to post to it. You can see the number of pins that have been created and the people following it. Basically what you have here are, as you might guess from the title, books that boys might enjoy. So you're able to see the title, the cover details, and then you've got a nice short synopsis by the librarian that has pinned that particular image. So it's a great way that you have of really utilizing or leveraging the experience and the knowledge of, in this case, a variety of school librarians. And so if somebody said to me, where can you go to find books that teenage boys might well enjoy, this would be one of the first places that I would consider going to. I certainly wouldn't think about doing a Google search. I'm going to be thinking about who would know about that. It would be school librarians. Where do school librarians hang out? It's on Pinterest. Is there a group on Pinterest that I can go off and have a look at? And this is one example of several different folders that Caroline and other school librarians have put together. You also have YouTube videos, and here is one for the British Library, and they are promoting here the Terror and Wonder Gothic Imagination exhibition that was running until the 20th of January. So you've got information like that. You've also got details of their exhibitions, public talks, discussions and performances, things on how to use the library, registering with the library, using the reading rooms, exploring the collections. It's a wide variety of different approaches. So you've got the training, you've got people talking, you've got things like the Gothic Imagination video, which is almost cinematic in its approach. And as you can see there, it's had 16,500 views. If you don't want to go down the route of another way that you can use videos, it's Vine, and I'm looking at the Los Angeles Public Library, and they have put up 4,295 loops. They have a number of followers, people that they're following, and they are 6-second videos. They are useful, they're fun, they're informative, they're interesting ways of, because these are just 6 seconds long, you're not actually going to be losing an awful lot of time in creating them. Very quick and very simple to use. We've also got Flickr, if you like the idea of visual but don't want to go down the route of video. Here I have a collection of images, libraries and librarians, and we've just got varieties of graphs that are appropriate. You can add your own image to this collection. You might decide that in actual fact what you would prefer to do is to create your own group, to put up your own images or market the images that you have available and share them with other people. We've also got the option of using augmented reality, and there's a really nice tool called Erasma. And looking at the video that I've got being pulled up on the page, I'll show you a little bit of it so that you can get the idea behind it. So the idea here is that in this case the child has access to a tablet or an iPad. They can open the Erasma app up, and when they put the tablet in view of a trigger image such as this one here, they will then get to see a video that's been created for them here. It's a really interesting approach to getting a variety of information out to people in a very new and novel approach. Finally, a look at Google Plus and the New York Library collection. Now, people do take the mickey out of Google Plus, and I think it's rather unfair because, as you can see here, the New York Public Library Google page has almost 1 million followers, and it's had over 16 million views of the content that they've got there. So they're talking about winter books to get you through the season, following in the footsteps of great writers. Want to live like a writer. Lots of variety of different images and interesting things that you can have a look at. I could sit very happily and just scroll through and read all of these different things. They are designed to be interesting, to capture the imagination, so you can sit and read and learn a lot about what the library has available to you. So what we can learn from some of the tools and resources that we have looked at: don't rely on one tool or platform to do your marketing for you. Really good examples with Orkney and Manchester, for example, are those that use Facebook and Twitter interactively, bouncing off one from the other and using each platform to support the other. Don't be afraid of using humour. Don't be afraid of trying to engage with your audience in a variety of different ways. Remember that there are other options that are available to you, home or start pages, a Vine, doing videos, using Pinterest and so on. These are all resources that you can use in a fun, interesting, different and informative way. So I hope that you found that to be of some interest to you. In the next video, I'll be looking at how you can create some promotional material for yourself. So until then, take care.